clear roadmap for resolving all outstanding issues. And secondly, the outcomes of our comprehensive investigations into systematic irregularities on our platform, popularly known as Muslims. These matters are central to our unwavering commitment to ensure that national service remains a credible, transparent, and equitable platform for nurturing our nation's future leaders. Registration process, timeline, and decisions. I would first like to touch on the registration process for the 2025-2026 National Service Year. The decisions we made, the timelines we followed, and the reasoning behind our actions. As many of you may recall, we had a press briefing to announce the commencement of this year's service registration on 7th October 2025. The entire registration was conducted seamlessly through our new enhanced online platform and began on 8th October 2025. When we officially opened the portal, the online registration portal to the public. The initial deadline was set for 15th October. However, in a demonstration of our commitment to inclusivity and responsiveness, we engaged in extensive stakeholder consultations. Based on this feedback, we made the decision to extend the deadline to 24th October 2025. Following this, we moved swiftly into the deployment phase. On 28th October, we successfully released the first major batch of postings, assigning 89,159 dedicated personnel to begin their national service. To ensure fiscal verification, the critical process of regional validation commenced the very next day, on 29th October. The 2025-2026 National Service Year then officially began on 3rd November 2025. With quite a number of personnel reported for duty across the nation. The registration and validation process were initially scheduled to end on 21st November. Understanding that some challenges persisted, our team conducted a further review, and consequently on 3rd of December, we announced a final definitive deadline of 12 December 2025. To ensure no one was left behind, we issued proactive reminders via all our social media channels and the media. Finally, on 12 December 2025, as communicated, we officially closed the registration portal. A question on many minds is, why close the portal? I want to address the necessary adjustment to our timeline and explain the critical reasoning behind it. Even after our personnel completes the process, delays from some academic institutions in updating their records after gazetting remains a bottleneck. Furthermore, we continue to face significant delays in receiving the primary graduate list from some tertiary institutions. In one recent and stark example, a school submitted its service list for posting only last Saturday, well past our official deadline. This undermines the entire system's planning and efficiency. Nonetheless, let me be clear, we will resolve this. My team is committed to working relentlessly with the NIA, Ghana Publishing Company, and our tertiary partners to rectify these data issues. We will continue to work assiduously to ensure administrative mismatches do not hinder your patriotic commitment to serve your nation. And let me also use this opportunity to advise those coming up that please be careful what you do when in your bid to enter or gain admission to the schools, on your bid to want to cast your votes for whatever favorite party, political party you belong to, because these things are bound to haunt you subsequently later on in your life. So other reasons for delay in registration. Our analysis indicates that beyond the genuine technical and documentation issues where personnel were unable to register or release from their initial companies for reposting, there were also factors including but not limited to: 1. Preference for special postings to particular institutions, preferably public sector. A significant number of personnel declined postings aligned with their qualifications in the private sector, holding out for public sector roles. This has created bottlenecks as public service vacancies are limited and competitively allocated. 2. Non-compliance with validation requirements. Some personnel to their station but failed, some personnel reported to their stations but failed to complete the mandatory regional validation. I have already said that. Doing this means you don't expect, because next year in our system, you have not done national service. So if you ever want your certificate to be that, you need to come back and do your national service again. You don't go for validation. Misrepresentation for reposting. Several individuals falsely claimed institutional rejection to secure reposting without providing official release letters or evidence of reporting. Direct appeal to service personnel. This leads me to my most passionate appeal. National service, in its very essence, is service to the nation. We match your skills to institutional needs. Therefore, I appeal to every young graduate: when you receive your posting, please serve your nation where you are allocated to. A great deal of confusion and systematic strain has been created by individuals who opt not to report to their assigned post, hoping to secure a change to a preferred location or institutions. And to some extent, I hear some of these come because people purport to say that they can help change the posting. Very unfortunate. Imagine if everybody did that. Vital regions, critical public institutions, and undeserved. So